So it's my pleasure to have your brief interview, Mr. Rakesh Rewari. So I'll introduce Mr. Rakesh. So he was former Deputy MD, SIDBI, and also CEO of SIDBI Venture Capital Limited. Now he is on the board of various NBFCs and also is very active in the startup and incubation space. Sir, very good morning and welcome to Indian School of Business. We would like to hear your thoughts on, how the financing of the overall the startups and the MSMEs you think in India is going forward, and what is the difference you see in, let's suppose, financing of the startups 5 years back and now.
Okay, thank you. It's good to be here in ISP. So historically, when we look back, we in SIDBI started the venture capital way back in 1996, where we set up various state level funds. We set up a subsidiary, SIDBI Venture Capital, to focus on the startups and the MSME sector. Now we've spent over 2 decades in evolving this activity. Now the difference I see is that, one, the numbers have gone up rapidly. More and more entrepreneurs are, looking at what's called the new age technologies, the knowledge-based industries. The other is there is a trend for professionals becoming entrepreneurs. The entrepreneur of today is smarter, is more agile. The age bracket is much lower, which means that he is able to take greater risk. So there's been a major shift in the what's called the characteristics of the entrepreneurs which are coming forward.
So if, let's suppose, I'm an entrepreneur and starting my business now, so what advice will you give to the entrepreneurs to raise the capital? Should I start looking for the capital from day one, which I see nowadays there is trend that people who pass out from the colleges, they start their enterprises, and the first thing is they prepare a pitch deck which they want investors to fund on. So what is your advice to the MSMEs or the startups on when to raise the capital?
Yeah. So you see so much of news in the newspapers about startups raising millions of rupees, and it gives the impression as if you just walk into a VC fund and there'll be a check waiting for you. So first thing is, it's done on a very selective basis. Hardly, I would say, 4 to 5% of the applications received by VC funds get the funding.
Okay.
And out of the ones who get the funding, hardly 5% would succeed.
Okay.
Ultimately, they are the winners who take care of their full portfolio.
Okay.
So it's a high risk business done on a highly selective basis. And in India, when fundraising is done, the pattern is that it's raised from friends and associates, the ones who are close to you. They are the real risk takers. They give you money on faith. It's faith money.
Okay.
You reach a certain level and then you go into the angel funds,
okay,
who take a higher risk and give smaller amounts.
Okay.
And then after angels you go to either the incubators,
okay,
or you go into the venture capital funds.
Okay.
So this is the pattern which is there, and at each level there's a high selectivity. So you need to, one, have a strong domain knowledge.
Okay.
You preferably have a team.
Okay.
Be flexible in your business plan, because the business plan will keep changing.
Okay.
And it's a long haul,
Okay.
which means you have to have patience, capacity to sustain the knocks.
Okay.
So it's a long journey, but if you get a good mentor, you're able to show some benchmark results, that means the funding comes.
Okay.
The success can be spectacular.
Okay. And where do you see the policy around startups funding or MSME funding? So do you see India being one of the pioneers in this, or is it still developing in terms of policies around funding of this particular sector?
Yeah, so in the last, I would say, 1 year, this is the first time we are what is happening a focused approach on financing, startup, and it's starting from the top level,
Okay.
from the Prime Minister itself. There is a clear-cut direction on supporting startups. Now that's a big, I would say, major step. Earlier, the startups have been financed, but then it has been in different, I would say, windows.
Okay.
Now, one, you have an integrated approach. The other is based on our experience in Silicon Valley or Israel. We know what succeeds for startups.
Okay.
The challenge is to adapt it for Indian conditions.
Okay.
And fortunately, the various government ministries have been very active
Okay.
and close coordination with the state governments.
Okay.
So I think we are on the right track
Okay.
as far as financing of the startups is concerned.
So where do you see a role for an institute like ISP, and specifically the Public Policy Institute, in this particular area?
So some of the most successful incubators are housed in academic and engineering institutes.
Okay.
Primarily, for the startups, besides the finance, the mentoring and handholding is very critical.
Okay.
And I think that's where the institutions come in, that they can provide them the mentoring, the handholding, because they have a vast pool of knowledge base.
Okay.
And the other is giving them a global perspective,
Okay.
because nowadays all businesses are global.
Okay.
So I think that's the advantage which institutes like ISP have, and then they also have, I would say, a vast pool of mentors and the academic professionals in these institutes who can help out these entrepreneurs, because in India the entrepreneur generally gets a one chance.
Okay.
We, unlike the Silicon Valley, we don't really encourage failures.
Yeah.
So that one chance means you must have the right model in place,
Okay.
and mentoring is the key thing.
Okay.
And I think ISP can really play a key role.
So thanks a lot, Mr. Rewari, for your thoughts, and I hope whatever suggestions you are giving, so we will take that up at the Public Policy Institute at ISP, and we see a lot of collaborations with the different institutes, and we will take this particular collaboration also forward to further take this plan of incubators, helping incubators and startups forward through ISP.
No, thank you. I think that's a good initiative. Thank you.